Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. I hope you're joining us tonight with the Weeby Stampin' Team blog hop as we march into spring. And perfect timing to march into spring with a beautiful new special starting tomorrow with Stampin' Up! It's the Butterfly Brilliance collection, and what it features first is an exclusive grouping of designer series paper. Now this designer series paper has beautiful butterflies on one side, but when you flip it over it has coordinating like a watercolor look to it. So that is just stunning and fun to work with. Again, this is an exclusive and will only be available until the 1st of May. So you have March and April, and May it will be gone. It also, here's another one, has this beautiful wood grain specialty paper with it. The cool thing is that there is a bundle featured with a special that has a stamp set and a coordinating die that cuts out those butterflies, but it also cuts out the butterflies from the designer series paper. So it just makes for a very fun coordinating product. Now I do feature this suite of product as my customer appreciation tutorial this month. Now all the cards that I show on YouTube will not be in that tutorial. That tutorial has 13 cards and they're exclusive to that tutorial. You can get that tutorial free when you purchase $30 in my online store using my hostess code. But tonight what I'm going to do is I am going to create a thin Slimline card. I'm using this paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of gorgeous grape. This measures 7.5 by 5 3/4, and along that 7.5 inch side I am going to score it at 3 3/4. This creates my Slimline card. Now Slimline cards are kind of cool because they fit in a regular business size envelope. You can make your own envelope, and I do have a video featuring that. I will put a link on that on my blog if you want to make your own envelope versus using a business size envelope. Now I have a piece of Coastal Cabana. This measures 3.5 by 3 and the Coastal Cabana is, let's take a look here. Coastal Cabana is 3.5 by 8.5, and the Bermuda Bay is 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. Now I do have two pieces of the Coastal Cabana, because I'm going to put one of them inside my card. So we're just going to add some Stampin' Steel. Going to add that to the front of my card. And then we're going to bring in the 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. We're going to lay that on top. Like I said, the other piece of the 3.5 by 8.5 we're going to put on the inside of the card. Because that gorgeous grape is so dark, it just makes it easier to see your message when you write it. Next, what I have is a piece of that designer series paper. And this measures 3 by 6. And what we are going to do is we're going to cut off 2 inches. Because the Slimline card is longer than the 6 inch, we're going to go ahead and cut that. We're going to add some snail. I'm going to add that to the top of our Slimline, like so, and this piece to the bottom. Now we could use another piece with the same background as this piece, but instead we're going to bring in another piece of designer series paper, and it measures that 2 by 3. I thought I already had a piece cut, but I see I don't. So we're going to go ahead and cut this down to the 2 by 3, and that will fit in our spacing. See, now that is a different pattern on the back, but it matches, coordinates together. We're going to grab some small dimensionals and add it to the back of that designer series paper so it kind of pops up. Now with the butterfly bundle, there are no words to the set, so I am finding I really like the tailored tag punch with the happy thoughts. Now I can go ahead and create this card and not put any words in it. Then when it comes time, when I need a greeting, I can just grab that greeting. I'm going to use the Thinking of You. I'm going to stamp it on a scrap piece of paper. And then I am going to use my punch. So if we made several of these cards as we need them, we can just do our greeting that we need for that occasion. Now I'm going to go in, and it looks like I think I'm going to have to go this way. I'm going to punch also a piece of that gorgeous grape. Going to grab my paper snips. I'm going to cut that in half. Going to add some Stampin' Seal, and then layer that on top of the white. So even though we have the same size punch, we can make it so that we have that outline. So we've got this. We're going to add that to the front of our Slimline card like so. I have already taken and stamped the butterflies. Now the cool thing is you stamp them all at the same time. Let me bring that back in. But if you just want one size of the butterfly, you just take a scrap piece of paper, lay it on your Stamparatus and stamp it. I'm finding the Stamparatus works the best versus a large block. So I just stamped a lot in the white and some in the vanilla, and then colored them when I was just watching TV, doing nothing, and then that way I have butterflies to go as soon as I'm ready to do a card. So I'm going to add that butterfly down here. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my linen thread, and I am going to wrap the linen thread around the inside of the card. Linen thread is very thin and easy to work with, so I'm going to wrap it a couple of times, and then I'm just going to tie it in a square knot. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, let's get that in a square knot, nice and tight. I'm going to grab a piece of my gorgeous grape sheer ribbon. This is in the January through June mini, and it has been out of stock more than it has been in stock because it is absolutely gorgeous. I only need a small piece of that ribbon, and I'm going to tie it like so that I get that gorgeous grape color coming through on my card. And I just cut my strings here. Put these kind of at an angle. This is a great way to use scraps of ribbon that you may have cut off too much off of for a card project. So if you have a jar of those, I learned that tip from Amy Combs. I did a retreat with her, and it was just fun how she had just a jar of scrap ribbon. Now I want to decorate a little more the inside, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss Mini, and I have already taken the Gorgeous Grape, and I added the adhesive, what are they called? Adhesive sheets to the back, and I am going to cut the detailed butterfly out. So we're just going to add that. One thing you will find with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss is that you want to have your sandwich uneven. So with the top mat overlapping the other lap. I just find that to make it work better. And we're going to go ahead and run that through our machine. I'm going to do 2 of these. Our self-adhesive sheets are going to make that butterfly set firmly on our project. I'm going to make sure that I got all the detail out with that. And maybe I'm going to add it through one more time. Oops, it's pulled off, so let's go with it. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to pop this out. And sometimes when you remove that sheet, a lot of your little pieces are going to pull off with that sheet. And then you can take your pick a tool and go in and just finish off those last few pieces. Now it is very sticky, and so it makes it perfect for you to add it in the inside of your card or to cut an extra one. And like I said, it fits on your card into a business size envelope. Because this is so sticky, I can just add that right to my envelope like so. Press it down good, and then I have a coordinating envelope to go with my Slimline card. Again, I will put the link on how I did envelopes out of our cardstock if you would like to do that. Now here's another one done with just some different colors, kind of the basic colors, but added different colors in the backing. And I went ahead and did the butterfly on the inside too. So just some fun, creative ways to use our new special that will start tomorrow, the Butterfly Brilliance. So hope you've enjoyed today's video, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.